Why?
Cannot start it. Oh, we cannot start our video.
This is a serious subject. We got a serious subject. I'm not gonna do the bed eyes. I need to wake up.
Make me laugh then.
No laughing. Stay serious.
If you want me to be serious, don't make me laugh.
You're so pretty. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel.
Today we want to come to you with a little bit more of a serious video. We had an interview today with OMAD Caroline, one of Tommy's good friends.
She's bringing awareness to domestic violence through this organization, COUPLESVLOG. And she's actually doing a 4x4x48. So that means every 4 hours, she's going to run 4 miles for 48 hours. So for 2 days straight, she's going to be running every 4 hours, 4 miles. It's amazing. And so we just did an interview with her. And so we're definitely going to put a link to her channel below so you guys can check her channel out.
Wanted to talk about, domestic relationships and being in relationships where you feel like you are either in trouble or hurt, right, or you're being abused mentally, physically, sexually, maybe emotionally, yeah, right. And we wanted to give our own stories.
It's our personal stories, guys. Everybody's story is different.
We are in a relationship now, and we both overcame toxic relationships from our partners, because what you guys get is a lot of laughter and a lot of love, but you have to understand, previously to me meeting Tommy, it was not always the laughter, it was not always the love. Before I met Tommy, I was in an abusive relationship, and I did come from someone who verbally, mentally, physically abused me. And some women feel as if they have to stay in those relationships because of past trauma, whether it be from childhood or abandonment from fathers or abandonment from mothers, and they feel like they have to hold on to these people that are physically and verbally abusing them. And I was one of those people. Coming from that, I feel like it's actually molded our relationship and why we are so strong, because that was not the way I wanted to conduct my next relationship, because this is it for me. This is my last relationship, and I am praying to God that he molds and guides me through this relationship, and that we do. One thing I loved about Tommy when I met him is that he prayed with me. And I had never encountered anybody that would pray with me like he prayed with me. And it brought strength into our relationship, being that I came from someone who was absolutely narcissistic. Toxic. Very toxic, extremely toxic. And so that toxic that he followed me into this relationship.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, I guess when I met her, I knew that she had come from a toxic relationship. There were signs of it. She was still struggling. I mean, she would cry. She would have fits at night where she would just be upset and just need to get away. Mm-hmm. And that toxicity was into our relationship. Even got to the point where her ex-boyfriend reached out to me, found me on Facebook, found me on some of my private channels, and reached out to me to try to bring that negativity. But And it almost, I wouldn't say it.
It almost
caused a lot. It did. It caused friction.
It caused friction.
But look at us now. We're better. We're stronger.
And we had to work through those things as a couple, because not only did my ex try to interfere with us, his ex constantly tries to interfere with what we have going on. Right. And it's like as a couple, you have to learn that these people are on the outside. Right. You got to draw that line. Yeah, you have to draw that line. They're on the outside. Right. We have what we're going on the inside. And it's not only trust. I have to trust. And that's one thing that, we want to talk about. I do find myself regressing back into that state where it's just like, is Tommy going to leave me? Absolutely. And I need that reassurance from him that, everything is okay and bliss with us, because I too get down, and I too, want to cry and lash out when things are just not going my way.
I just feel like we can't have our healthiest, happiest relationship if we're constantly always thinking about that past of what had happened, because I do the same thing. She'll say something to me and I'll divert back. For instance, we're thinking about purchasing a vehicle, and I was on the phone with her, and right from the get-go, I said, okay, we're going to put the vehicle in your name. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, or we'll just put it in my name. And she said, why? Well, in my mind, I knew what it was. I didn't want like my past relationship where it's this big fight over whose car is whose is what. I wasn't willing to give her that chance from the beginning to say, this is a new relationship. how am I going to build a positive, healthy relationship if I'm building off of broken blocks? You know what I mean? We don't even have a foundation. And she quickly brought to my attention, oh no, we're going to talk about this. That's one thing I love about this woman here. She doesn't let that, and she doesn't tuck those kind of feelings away. We're going to have a conversation. You're going to talk to me now. We're going to talk later, but we're going to sit here and we're going to get to the root of all this.
Yes.
We need to talk about it. The biggest thing is communication. You got to be open, but not let that past creep up to your future, what you're trying to build together, right?
Yes, that's correct. I was in a relationship, once again, with a narcissist. And I'm not sure if anybody has ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, but as soon as that narcissist sees that they're losing their grip on you and you're about to make an exit, that's when they try to regress and say, oh, well, if we do counseling, I can change and be better for you. So I opted in doing counseling. He chose it. He paid for it.
Was it couples counseling?
It was couples counseling.
Wow. Okay.
And I remember the one thing that our counselor said after we had group counseling and then we had individual counseling, where we did the one group counseling. He was supposed to show up to the individual counseling, but he never showed up. And then I had my counseling session. And I remember in that counseling session, she said to me, she said, Crystal, she said, I'm going to tell you now, it's not you. She said, I'm going to tell you, she said, you need to get away. He's a narcissist. He's not going to change. The only reason he's doing this with you is to hold on to you. She said, he's never going to change. She said, pack up your things. And she said, run. And I did. I ran right out of the city.
Right into my arms, baby.
Right out of the city. It was the best decision I ever made in my life, because not only did I leave that toxic relationship, I also found strength in myself, and I grew that day. I grew into the woman that I had known that I always was, but I could not see it because I was stuck under his thumb. So, and you know, I say that to say this, all you women that are out there trying to find the strength to just walk away. You know, I didn't have any money. I was working minimum wage. I didn't have any money.
You don't let that stop you though, babe.
I didn't let it stop me.
That's
Myself and my daughter, we packed my Altima to the roof.
That's right.
I mean, to the roof, and we were out.
Oh, that's right.
So,
and better for it. It was hard then though, I bet.
Yes. It was something that I had to do.
Is it just a breaking point? You just wake up one day and say, this is it.
No, it's not a breaking point. I plotted from January all the way to May.
Right.
I knew in January that I was going to dismiss myself. And I knew in June, just as sure as my daughter had ended school, I was gone.
Right.
So I played, my therapist, because he was so dangerous, I had to play my part. And sometimes we have to play the part and we have to act the part until we can physically just remove ourselves from the situation. And that is exactly what I did. I try not to bring a lot of that hurt into my relationship with Tommy, because, you know, it's not his fault. He wasn't there. You know, he's come to me and he's shown me a totally different side. He's actually, and to be honest, the best man I've ever had in my life. You know, I know.
I see my head get bigger. That's not such an effect. This is my head size.
He is, and you know, I tell him every day how good he is to me. And like I said, ladies, you don't have to take any of that abuse. You don't have to take the verbal abuse. You don't have to take the mental abuse. You don't have to take the physical abuse. None of that. Just walk away. Just walk away. I don't care if it's your child's father. I don't care if it's a boyfriend. It's a parent. I don't care. You don't have to take it. And one thing I have to learn is you do not have to communicate and you do not have to be around those abusers. You don't. You can remove yourself.
That's right. You know what? Women have to remember this. You deserve to be treated like a queen. I don't care. And that goes for black, white, Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, Spanish, any national, it don't matter. You deserve to be treated like a queen. And I'm not, and brothers, for you too, we deserve to be treated like a king. And we try to do that for each other. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, she's the yin to my yang, and we're constantly lifting each other up the best we can. You know, cooking dinner. There's days where she gets home, she's tired, she's exhausted. I'm going to do my darndest to try to make dinner for everybody, because we try to pick up for each other and take care of each other and build each other up, you know. Like I said, she's my queen. You know, I worship the ground she walks on, but it goes both ways. She'll do anything for me. She does, you know. We bend over backwards for each other, and I think that's what it's about.
He had the same fears I had.
Right.
And we had to work through those things, and I had to constantly reassure him, No, I'm not your ex-wife. No, I'm not going to treat you that way. If we have a little argument, you go that way, I go this way. But we coming back at night. When we get in this bed, we're coming back together. And we're going to be loving and we're going to be respectful to one another. Right. You know, we do have our little spats. You know, I can honestly say that I am a little bit spoiled. I can honestly say that
a little bit might be an understatement.
I like things to flow in a certain way. I like things to be in order, and you know, coming from two totally different backgrounds, sometimes we do clash.
Right.
But we had to work through those ways in a healthy way, versus the toxic way that we are accustomed to, because we do love each other and we do have kids that are watching us. So, you know, I had to reassure Tommy, like, look, my name is Chai, not whatever. So you're not going to treat me like that.
We'll put a beep in there.
You're not going to treat me like that. So, so a lot of, you know, we just came on, you know, tonight just to give you guys a little bit of hope that, you know, you can overcome.
You can overcome. There's a brighter tomorrow, seriously. And you can come from these toxic relationships, abuse, domestic violence, all that. I mean, we came through it. She's lived through hell and back, you know, and now it feels like we're walking on heaven's gates, clouds to the gate, you know?
To the gate, you know, exactly. For all those that are in it, that are living it, you know, it's okay to talk about it. If you have one person that you could just get it out and talk about it. And I feel like, you know, I feel comfort in knowing that even if he and I do have little arguments, that I can come to him as my man and say, hey, this is the issue that I'm having today. How can we get past this to where I'm not feeling like you don't, you know, appreciate me, or like you don't care about what I'm feeling inside? Because that's one thing, women, if we feel something, we need you to kind of understand how we feeling.
Right.
Or it's not going to be good.
Right. But sometimes it'd be just that simple for men too. I think that sometimes she, like, in her head, she might see something and it's like, it goes through all these little, I imagine in her head, it's like all these wires, hundreds of thousands of wires connected.
Ting, 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 ting,
yeah,
ting,
but
ting,
in my
ting,
head, it's like 2 wires. It's probably red and blue, but it could be blue and black. I don't know. But I'm just saying, there's 2 wires, babe. So something is just that simple as, no, I don't know, take out the trash. But in her mind, it's like, she runs through all these scenarios or whatever, and sometimes I just have to tell her, sometimes it's just that simple. And sometimes she'll sit down and explain to me, well, this is how I'm feeling.
Yes.
And so I have to, you know, try to cross those wires where I don't get too confused.
Yes.
And I'll just come up and say, yeah, she has a valid point, you know. She's making a good, you know. And so I have to, I'm quick to apologize, and she's quick. I'm not scared to say I'm sorry. We make mistakes. We're coming from toxic relationships. We don't know. We thought that was the normal, you know. We thought this is how it's supposed to be.
He never gets angry. Like, I'm not used to someone not, like, his anger is almost funny to me because it's not really angry.
She said that to the kids one day. The kids that I was in there, she told the truth. The kids said, Dad, when they always confuse me. If I'm yelling at them, they don't do their chores. So, you didn't do your chores today. And they're like,
that's just how it looks.
You know, to them, they'll start laughing. They're like, I don't know how to feel, Dad. You know? Are you serious?
I don't know.
Yes. And I just get angry and angry.
But me, they can tell that mom is not playing. Like, you better get up and you better get with it right now.
Right, get it done.
I mean, I might be 4'11", but I pack a powerful. Everybody has their point where they just need an outlet. Everybody, you know, may have dealt with some type of domestic situations, or you're in a domestic situation or anything like that. But you can overcome these dilemmas and these traumas. You can overcome a lot of things from our previous relationships. You know, I think Tommy and I have a timeline of, I mean, it would take us 3 hours to literally tell you how much physical and mental abuse we had, not only growing up, like from our childhood all the way up to adulthood.
Absolutely.
And I can honestly say this is probably the most, I don't have any anxiety. Like, this is probably the best I've felt in my entire life.
That's something. Yeah. And even when I was talking to OMAD Caroline, we were doing the interview, you know, I was so scared of bringing up these feelings and past emotions, and I used to like breathe heavy and get all, but you know, having this one beside me, it's just that comfort zone. I can feel comfortable. I can be okay to express myself, and I'll tell her, you know, because it's not good to hold that stuff in. Like she said, find help. It's, first of all, it's not normal for a man or a woman to be beating on each other, period. kids involved or not, it's not okay. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, go get help. Talk to somebody. Speak about it, you know. Don't think it's normal, because you get stuck in this toxic relationship. It's a never-ending circle. And I'm a strong woman here. To break free from that, and it's still, like she said, it's still trying to follow her into her next relationship, but the devil's a liar.
Oh, he tried.
We ain't having that. We ain't having that, you know.
He tried.
Because we're going to hold strong, and we're going to continue to push forward. So we definitely wanted to come to you guys and talk to you guys, because it's a serious subject. And we just want to tell you guys, like she said, we can go on. We have so many stories to tell from our childhood all the way to you know, our future now, our present now. But
you are not alone.
Right.
You are not
that's
alone.
the right. Ultimately, that's what it is. You're not alone. And that's the bottom line, you know. We're out here. We're not scared to talk about it. Speak your story. Speak your truth, you know. And everybody has their story to tell, but you go and you speak your truth. You know, get it out there. And don't ever, ever, ever be afraid to speak your mind. Talk to somebody.
Find you a good friend. Talk to a teddy bear. Like, when I get angry sometimes, I talk to this cat.
Get it out.
And just get it out.
Right.
Get it out.
Right.
So,
that poor cat probably heard all kinds of trauma.
she loves it.
Hey, guys, we got some stuff coming up. We got a weight loss challenge coming up. Another one here where she thinks that she can lose more weight than me. We're going to try fasting. I'm going to try fasting. I ain't going to tell her what I'm doing. But we're going to give it 7 days. We're going to get on the scale. We're not going to do it this week. The next week, March,
next
maybe
week.
The first of March.
Yes,
first week
we're
of
going to
March.
wait till the first week of March.
Right, first week of March, we're going to jump on the scale. We're going to give you guys the full video, so that way you guys don't have to, like, watch us get on the scale every single day. We're going to record the whole thing from the time we get on the scale to that whole 7 days, so that way you'll be able to follow right along, and you'll know the winner. You'll see the king.
But this time, are you going to own the fact that you lost? Because last time you didn't own the fact that you lost.
We didn't record that. That don't count. If it's not on video, it don't count. I'm going to confess, if I did lose the last challenge,
he did.
It didn't get recorded. But this is the one that matters right here, right now. So I did win $10,000. I didn't win $10,000.
You didn't win $10,000.
I went into a jackpot of $10,000 with a bunch of other people on Healthy Wager, and I did win my challenge. I had to lose 4% of my body weight, and I ended up losing more like 6% of my body weight in the allotted time. They gave me like 30 days. So I did win out of the pot. I did not win the whole $10,000. I only won $47. So there's a lot of us that won that challenge. But I got a couple more of them coming up, and I'm excited about one for like $25,000 jackpot, one for $600, one for like $15,000, something like that. So I'm excited about that. But I did win some money, and I always like winning money. Money motivates me, you know?
We know.
We know. So we do got some more stuff coming your way. She got some great ideas. We've been jogging them down for our channel. So I hope you guys stick around. Come back. Tell your friends. Tell people to check us out. You know, we're a little small channel, but we're growing. And I love this woman.
Love you too.
Peace. Box below. Tell me what you guys think about chai tea. You get it? Chai tea? I like it. She's not so much. Are you 50-50?
It sounds like a Starbucks drink.
Chai tea. I guess it does kind of sound like a Starbucks.
No, thank you.